Hey everybody, I just thought I'd share this video when I now have a working VCA with Nicolas Design. You may have seen this, it's from electro-music, he's a user there. And I got to making it today because someone else was having trouble with it, and I thought, well, I always need another VCA. So I got it together, and actually I noticed some errors in this stripboard layout that has been floating around. Mainly this here, you have this jumper and it looks like you're supposed to put these two together, but that's not the case, because this is positive supply voltage and this is actually the output of the VCA, and well, you can't mix those. So this resistor, however, is a biasing resistor for the bias in the op amp, and this needs to be connected to, this is positive also, the positive voltage. So what I did on mine is I just made a little, well, quick and dirty. I got it over there instead, and then put the wire up to V+. I also moved a few other things around on my layout, but nothing too big and nothing that affects the functionality of this. It was just minor tweaks to get, well, things to fit together a little smoother, and yeah, I might share it in the future if requested, but it's nothing that big. It's mainly, you can't even see them right now, but to get these resistors in here that are, well, off board in this layout, and that involved me cutting out this leg underneath, so this is actually cut right here, so I'm using this for the resistors to go up there and then be connected via this mega ohm resistor over to negative voltage supply, which isn't coming here, but I extended it to here. And well, because you don't really need, in my opinion, to connect the negative voltage to the buffer. This is just a transistor buffer that's not being used in this design. So, well, I may be wrong, but still kind of useful to just move it up here, and then you could, well, make it fit together nicely, or just use a slightly bigger board, because I now realized there's not much hole to, well, there's not much room to actually make any holes for my screws to mount this thing. We'll see. Okay, however, just a quick demo of the functionality here. You won't hear anything except for me talking, if you're not tired of that. And here, let's start here. This is the output of my Core Volca, and it's going directly into the oscilloscope right now. And this has max volume, and you see the VPP right there to the right. That's voltage pole to pole, actually, so what it's swinging between negative 34 and plus 22, 0 point. So that's, if I turn the volume down, you will see the number decrease. And it's gone. So that's actually how loud it is. Well, simplify. And I was kind of baffled when, oh, there's nothing on the scope. Yeah, because I turned it down. Since it's a voltage controlled amplifier, you can actually turn it to 0, and that's what I did. So now if you crank it up, you see my Volca is coming back into view. And I don't really remember exact numbers, but right about here somewhere was the original volume level. A bit more maybe, but yeah, something like that. And let's see if we turn it to 11. Now approaching a point when, see, now it's 0.91 volts there, so it's almost double. However, I think now I'm running this on plus minus 9 volts, so just 2 batteries. And if we check, we should see that the control voltage is around 6 volts. No, yep. Because what happens is, when you turn this over around 6.2 volts, the amplifier will actually turn down again, because there is something, there is kind of a threshold there. Yeah, you see it happen right now. So if you go past 6.2 volts, just in my case, because it will definitely vary depending on your power supply, I guess. But yeah, it just lowers the volume again. So somewhere there is, or actually somewhere it's right here with, let me get my pointy thing. Here, this transistor and this op amp, this section of it is involved here in just well, this is the control voltage input, you can say, of the op amp. I'm not exactly an expert on this, no, I'm far from it, so, but it has to do with how much current you're sinking, and you can pull well, anything above the negative voltage will pull current out of it, and that's what this does. And at some point it just can't raise it any higher, and it goes back down a bit, so it's like peaking at minus 7.38 and turn it up again, and it goes to minus 7.4 and 7.45, and that's closer to the negative supply, so it will close again. So the design is working well within, I think, the scope that they designed it for, like control voltage is 0 to 5 volts, and this is a simple design. He made it because he wanted just super simple designs available to people, and the VCOs and the envelope generators in this series are also very, very simple, and this VCA works really well, but I'm not surprised that it has this little quirk, and it's actually really useful. And just an extra thing, this is his simple variant that he posted this in the same thread on electro-music, and I actually built that one yesterday before I heard about this fella having problems. And this works reasonably well, and it doesn't have the same range. It won't really go up to unity gain, I believe. So the volume will be less than the input, actually, even at max. And you need to go below 0 volts to make it to shut up, because it's a biasing thing. You could probably make it better, but no problem for me, because I'm using it in an effect circuit with an LFO that goes to negative, so no problem. But just to say that this build is also verified, I have it right here on this stripboard, or breadboard, sorry. And yeah, it is actually Nicolas LFO there to the left. Triangle LFO, 2 VCAs, 1 inverter, that gets you a stereo panner. Just jumbles the signal back and forth, but I'm digressing. I probably have made myself pretty clear, but this is a working design, and there is errors in the stripboard schematic or the stripboard layout, but the schematic is correct. So follow the schematic and you will be alright. And no major changes, but always good to keep an eye on the schematic for a sanity check when you're doing things. And you don't have to really always understand everything that's going on, but just make sure that is this what's in the schematic at all, or how, if it feels right, it's probably okay, but otherwise, I mean, putting supply voltage on an output, that was kind of off, so I noticed it. And I'm no expert, but yeah. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and hope it helped you. Have a nice evening and day.